Imagine preparing to leave your hometown for a fresh start, only to have your life taken by someone you once called a friend. This is the chilling true story of Liam Gray, a young father, a dreamer, and a teenager on the verge of a brand new beginning. But instead of hope, his final night ended in horror. Why? What drives a young person to kill? This isn't just a story of murder. It's a story of trust broken, dreams stolen, and a community left in shock. Liam Gray, also known by the surname Liam Peters, was just 18 years old when his life was violently cut short in August 2019. He lived in Mansfield, Nottinghamshire, and had recently become a father, described by family and friends as kind-hearted, outgoing, and full of potential. Liam had made the decision to move to Birmingham with his girlfriend and their baby. It was a chance at a new life, one filled with opportunity, responsibility, and growth. He wasn't running from anything. He was running towards something: fatherhood, stability, and a future. But tragically, he never got that chance. August 1st, 2019, Liam decided to spend one final night in Mansfield before the move. He visited a friend's flat on Gladstone Street, just a typical evening among people he knew. One of those people was Jonathan Treadgold, a 17-year-old he had known for years. They had shared history, part friendship, part rivalry, part tension that had never really been addressed. According to witnesses, the atmosphere that night started off normal: drinks, music, laughter. But at some point, things changed. An argument reportedly broke out between Liam and Jonathan. Some say it was about personal issues, others suggest jealousy may have been a factor. Maybe Jonathan resented Liam's new life and upcoming move. Whatever the cause, what followed was terrifying and irreversible. In a sudden burst of rage, Jonathan Treadgold stabbed Liam Gray inside the flat. The exact number of wounds was never publicly detailed, but they were fatal. What makes the case even more chilling is what happened next. Rather than staying at the scene, calling for help, or showing remorse, CCTV footage shows Jonathan fleeing, running away from the apartment just 1 minute after entering it with Liam. That short clip would become critical evidence. It shattered the idea that this was a tragic accident or a panic moment of regret. Jonathan didn't stay. He didn't try to help. He ran.
Ambulance, is the patient breathing?
He's been stabbed in the chest.
Okay, is he breathing?
Just about, yes.
Okay, is he awake?
He is, but he's still just about awake. Yes. Liam.
Okay, just tell me exactly
Liam.
what's happened.
He just walked in the house and this lad jumped up and stabbed him.
You're doing really, really well. Now, do you know who the person is who stabbed him?
Yes,
What?
John Treadgold.
John?
Treadgold.
Emergency services arrived shortly after, but it was already too late.
Is there anybody able to let the crew in?
Yes, I sent somebody on the front.
Liam was pronounced dead at the scene.
The crew are with the patient now. Right, he stopped breathing. He's unconscious and he stopped breathing.
Has he stopped breathing then? He's breathing a minute.
News spread quickly through Mansfield. A young father, a teenager with his whole life ahead of him, killed, and not by a stranger, but by someone who once called him a friend. Mansfield isn't known for violent crime. It's a place where people grow up together, where families know each other for generations. That's why this story hit so hard, because it shattered the illusion of safety and because the betrayal cut so deep. Visuals were held, flowers were left outside the flat, messages poured in online, remembering Liam for his goofy smile, his passion for music, and the excitement he had about fatherhood. Police quickly identified Jonathan Treadgold as the prime suspect. He was arrested and charged with Liam's murder. As investigators dug deeper, they found troubling signs: simmering tension between the two men, underlying emotional issues, and of course, that CCTV footage showing Jonathan fleeing the scene. Jonathan was just 17, not an adult in the eyes of law, but the crime was so serious, so intentional, that he would be tried for murder. In court, the details were laid bare. The prosecution described a senseless and unprovoked killing. Jonathan's defense admitted he had stabbed Liam, but argued about intent, claiming it wasn't premeditated. The judge ruled the act as murder, deliberate and unjustifiable. In December 2019, Jonathan Treadgold was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison, with a minimum term of 15 years. He would spend more years in prison than he had been alive at the time of the killing. Liam's family gave heart-wrenching statements during the trial. His mother described the agony of losing her son, the stolen milestones, the memories never made. His girlfriend now had to raise their baby alone. That child would grow up without a father. Liam's future, once so full of promise, was reduced to a memorial. His name now synonymous with loss and heartbreak. Sadly, Liam Gray's story is part of a much larger issue. Knife crime amongst teens and young adults in the UK has been rising steadily. The reasons are complex: poverty, trauma, peer pressure, pure mental health, lack of resources. But the outcome is always the same: lives lost, futures destroyed. What makes this case so unsettling is that neither Liam nor Jonathan were gang members. They weren't part of a criminal underworld. They were just young men, one trying to move forward, the other possibly feeling left behind. In one moment of unchecked emotion, a knife ended it all. Could this have been prevented? It's the question everyone asks. Were there warning signs? Could someone have stepped in? Maybe, but hindsight always seems clearer. What we can do now is focus on prevention, better mental health support, emotional education, conflict resolution, training in schools, and serious conversations about knife access. Because the truth is, violence like this doesn't start with weapons. It starts with emotion, with silence, with unresolved pain. Liam Gray's story has inspired local awareness campaigns and renewed conversation about youth violence. His memory lives on through his family, his child, and now through efforts to ensure no other young life is lost the same way. He was more than a victim. He was a son, a father, a friend, a young man trying to do the right thing. And his story should never be forgotten. Have you ever noticed warning signs in someone you know? Jealousy, anger, emotional instability, and wondered what could happen if it all spiraled out of control? What would you do differently? Liam's story is a reminder that emotions left unchecked can lead to devastation, and that every single one of us has the power to notice, to speak up, and maybe, just maybe, to stop the next tragedy before it happens. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's honor Liam's memory by making sure stories like this are never repeated.